Hey guys, good morning and welcome to another exciting episode of Marketing in the Zone. Guys, today we'll be discussing majorly on earned media and PR strategy and ABM and retargeting, guys. Okay, so guys, I'm super excited because these are some very good topics to be talking about. Okay, so let's dive straight in. Okay, so guys, the best earned media or your PR strategy would be to develop a strong brand inside out. Okay, so guys, what I mean by a strong brand is a brand which resonates all of its brand values everywhere, every single time. Okay, and you have to participate in industry events, guys. There is no other way of getting that done. Okay, and you have to do something or keep saying something which is worth tagging or speaking about. Okay, so this actually includes a lot of quotes, unquote, and a lot of other activities. Okay, so guys, you have to talk about the latest trends which is there and do something impactful. Okay, so basically guys, the best way to get media notice you is to go the traditional way. Okay, so usually guys, you will not see me speaking about the traditional way, but for PR and any kind of media strategy, it has to be traditional. So okay, so what did I mean by traditional? Okay, in a very crux of it is basically guys, not talk about you or your sales tactics or your products. Okay, the traditional media guys was all about sharing information, was all about impactful marketing. Okay, one of the reasons why I say impactful marketing was, guys, it was about evangelizing stuff. Okay, it was a true sense of marketing where you actually tell your customer or you tell the people why it is relevant to them rather than just trying to be pushy sales guys. Okay, and guys, you have to optimize for organic traffic. I mean, I have not seen a media house kind of collaborate or work with people or companies who are actually not having too strong organic background. Okay, so you want to be known in the media field or you want to be heard, you want to be written about, it has to be through organic, guys. Okay, because that actually makes you the SME, your subject market expert. Okay, so guys, you have to be relevant and you have to be given those kind of awards as well. Okay, so guys, your industry events, your industry awards, you will be knowing much better. But in case you want to be spoken about in the media in the true sense, you have to be known and you have to be awarded for it. Okay, and guys, this does not happen with paid awards. Okay, and you have to keep on conducting research, guys. Research in your field. Okay, when I say your field, it means very specifically to your field of business. Okay, and guys, you can have the top PR strategies, top PR strategists in place, but if they cannot give you collaborate with influencers or spread it with the word of mouth, probably you will not be able to do it. And you have to communicate your why, guys. Okay, and you have to give exclusivity to only the traditional press who are actually adding value by reaching out to the right audience. Okay, and create content, guys, not ads. I hate that part. Okay, so guys, moving on to the best ABM strategy. There's so much to talk about. Okay, one of the reasons, guys, there is so much to talk about is because I am the SME for ABM strategies. Okay, so by SME, I mean I am the subject market expert who has been doing a lot of ABM kind of study and research. Okay, so guys, for me, any kind of ABM strategies, I mean, I have given some interviews as well with regards to this, and I know the biggest misconception that people have is ABM strategy. Okay, guys, let's implement ABM strategy, and they go about trying to do ABM strategy, but they forget that any ABM strategy in the absence of S marketive initiatives will just lead to failures. Okay, why do I say that? So guys, I'll just give you an example of a recent interview which I had given. Okay, so where the company actually told me that they are interested in ABM subject market experts. I gave my resume and they called me up. Okay, so I was in discussion with the HR when she asked me whether I have done any ABM initiatives in the companies that I've worked before. I said yes, of course, I am the SME for that. So she said, great, we have already been implementing ABM strategy. And I asked her, oh great, okay, so that's good news, guys. Okay, so whenever a company says that they are actually getting into ABM initiatives, that's a very good thing. Okay, so what I asked her was, what is your control group? She was like, oh, I'm not really sure. I said, okay, relax, just ask your marketer who is actually involved with the ABM strategy as to what is a control group. Okay, so she got back to me, she said they have 40 accounts in that. I was like, great, okay. And then I asked her, so who is heading the S marketing initiative? And she was like, oh, what? And I was like, oh my god. So guys, that actually told me that this is not going to work out. Okay, so the next question that I asked her was the actually path breaking thing for their company without me actually being on board still. Okay, so I asked her how many unsubscribes were there in the ABM strategy. So she went back to the marketer and immediately got back to me. She said 28. So I said, does your marketer have the idea why the unsubscribes are actually there? So guys, imagine that they had a group of 40 accounts, out of which 28 had already unsubscribed. Okay, so guys, what went wrong was basically that they did not go ahead with the S marketing initiative. Okay, so now let me just explain why S marketing is so important and so crucial for ABM strategy. Okay, so guys, what actually is S marketing is basically when your sales and marketing go hand in hand, okay, with a same objective. Okay, so guys, from here on, if I say S marketing, I mean that the sales guys do not just have a target on their overhead. Okay, it's your marketing and sales which has the same target. Okay, so guys, imagine that your company has a sales target of 12 lakhs. Okay, I'm just giving a random number, guys. Okay, or 10 lakhs. Okay, now this target for 10 lakhs per annum that they have actually kept for the sales guys is actually the same target which will be shared by the marketing and sales. Okay, and the initiative will be such that your sales guys will be telling the biggest accounts that they wish to target. Okay, and it's your as a marketer's job to ensure that the right kind of messaging is done, so that by the time the sales guy actually reaches out to your account, the person is ready to convert. Okay, so guys, it's a very crucial task, it's a very crucial strategy as well. Okay, and guys, at the end of the day, it's not just the sales guy who gets fired. Okay, believe me, it's your marketing plus sales who gets fired in case you miss your target. Okay, so guys, coming in a crux of it, so how did I come to know that there would have been more unsubscribes? Because there is no S marketing initiative in the company, was basically because, guys, imagine that today you are sending out an email telling to those 40 accounts that you are the expert in doing 40 volt battery. Okay, I'm just giving a random example again, guys. Okay, so 40 volt battery. Okay, but your sales guy, guys, understand that sales, the biggest job of a sales guy is not just to find accounts and make sure the conversions happen, but also to maintain the relationship with each account that they are actually having. Okay, so guys, so your sales guy is consistently in touch with your customer or that same account, okay, in some way or the other. Okay, so imagine that your sales guy actually gives a call to your customer and says, 40 volt battery, boss, that's balls, you will never need a 40 volt battery, you need a 55 volt battery in series, and that will give you that same kind of strength. Your initiative is gone for a toss. Okay, what just happened was you were sending a messaging for 40 volt battery and your sales guy actually called them, told them to keep 4 volt batteries in series. Okay guys, again, I am not an electrical engineer, I am not an EXDC engineer, I am actually just an engineer. Okay, so I don't know about the voltage and stuff. Okay, but in short, your whole campaign messaging did not work because you were talking about something else and your sales guy just went off and off record said something else altogether different. Your whole brand value, your whole essence got lost because there was not proper communication channel for anyone to know what was sent, where it was sent, when it was sent, and what should be the next step. Okay, so guys, this is exactly where the S marketing actually comes into picture, where you have your sales and marketing reporting to one person, and that one person actually creates a kind of initiative, the right kind of messaging, and the right kind of platform for sales and marketing to come together to discuss what's happening, to discuss what's being shared, and to discuss how to go about with the next steps. Okay, so guys, this is a very crucial part of the project. Okay, so when I told the marketing guy why they had actually had 28 unsubscribes, he was just laughing. He said, "Ki boss, sorry, but our CEO will not accept an S marketing initiative right now." I said, "Ki boss, without S marketing, you will never have working ABM strategy at all in place." Sorry, that's the main funda of it. Okay, so guys, that's how kind of I did not clear the interview, because honestly I know that no ABM strategy will work without S marketing initiative. Okay, so guys, to very stronger sense, what happened, so the marketer actually got back to me. He asked me, "So Krishna, if we start with an S marketing initiative right now, how much time will it take for S marketing to actually be completed and for ABM to start?" Okay, so I said 9 months. They were like, "Okay, thank you." Okay, so guys, basically why did I say 9 months is because guys, whenever an S marketing initiative actually happens, it happens hand in hand with your ABM strategy. It's not that S marketing completes and then ABM starts. Okay, so they go hand in hand at the same time. Okay, so what actually I mean is the moment the S marketing starts. Okay, so the first step of S marketing is bringing all the accounts that you have actually the sales guys are actually wanting to target on the same platform with your marketer. Okay, and what happens is that is when your sales and marketing actually decide how to target those accounts and how to go about with it, which is again the first step of ABM strategy. Okay, this is the first 3 months, guys. Okay, and you actually understand who your account is, what has been the messaging that has been shared with the account. Your CRM becomes much more clearer, so your ABM accounts are moved from your CRM from a particular random accounts to a particular category where it's a control group of only the right accounts with ABM as a top heading or some other format. Okay, and this is a control group which is not given any other messaging, guys. Okay, and then what happens is then your S marketing or your the heads get back together. They actually decide how to go about and what is the steps of messaging that they will like to share. Okay, so the next 3 months is the initiative which actually keeps on happening. Okay, so where you have drip campaigns, drip email campaigns which are actually shared across and which are actually sent to the accounts, and we actually have the sales guys who are continuously connecting with those accounts just to see how that emails are actually giving that value, or what's the kind of responses that the emails are generating for us. Okay, so guys, this is the best part of ABM strategy or your S marketing strategy. Okay, and the last 3 months is where the conversion or the magic actually happens. Okay, and you will know the biggest advantage or the conversions actually happening only after 6 months, guys. Okay, but guys, that's the beauty of S marketing and ABM strategy working together. Okay, so guys, that was about ABM strategy and S marketing. Again, I am the SME for this, so guys, S marketing needs to be done. There is no second way of it. You have to define your segments to the precision, guys. Okay, so no S marketing or ABM strategy can actually go about with without actually defining the roles of the sales and marketing guys. Okay, so what do I mean is, guys, whenever you speak of an S marketing initiative, okay, the roles or the goals have to be defined with respect to the numbers. Okay, I don't mean that okay guys, anytime S marketing or ABM actually come together, your 80% of the job role stays with the marketing guys. 20% of only hand holding and kind of getting the responses back is there with the sales guys. Okay, that is the 20% which is responsible for conversions. So you have to share mutual respect, guys. Okay, and very honestly, guys, no S marketing initiative or no ABM strategy can work very well if you don't have a very helpful and very good friends, sales and marketing team. Okay, one differs from the goal, guys. Everyone differs from the goal. It's a one in one all situation. Okay, so I don't like hearing that, boss, only I will go and get it. There is no I in ABM strategy or S marketing initiative, guys. It's always we will go and get it. Okay, and guys, you have to align the goals. You have to bring it under one person, and that person can't be CEO, guys. Okay, unfortunately, sorry. So guys, that is about ABM strategy and earned media PR strategies. Okay, so guys, retargeting. So guys, whenever I have heard about retargeting by a lot of people, okay, people say, "Nee, Krishna, we no, we'll do retargeting on Facebook. We'll do retargeting on Google Ads." I'm like, boss, seriously. Why I say that is because, guys, the biggest problem with retargeting is people forget that it is not everyone who matters. You can't sell everything to everyone. I mean, you can't just randomly go and tell everyone, boss, ye bhi le lo, wo bhi le lo. Okay, so guys, what I mean is, whenever you are doing retargeting, ensure that you have one product that you wish to retarget for. Okay, and that one product has to be for a very controlled group. Okay, I don't like hearing people saying we are retargeting for 380 people, 480 people, but guys, that 380 or 480 people might not be relevant even. They might not even want you. Okay, very honestly, guys, retargeting has to be for a very controlled, very specific group. Okay, so guys, do not go about retargeting every person who comes to your website. Most of the people who come to your website might be coming there for knowledge. They might be students who do not, or who might not have the wallet power to actually buy something from you. Okay, so guys, your retargeting has to be very specific. It has to be very well defined with respect to affinity, with respect to interest, with respect to what they are looking for and what they wish to buy. Okay, and guys, always remember, retargeting might not be the best strategy if you want to sell something. Okay, so guys, why do I say that is because retargeting is usually the way that you bring your probable customer back to your website. Okay, or back to your main core area. They might not convert immediately, guys. Okay, so you have to have a retargeting budget focused with that thought process in mind. You have to add value to the customer while retargeting. That is when the conversion or the magic happens. So guys, understand why I say that is because you are retargeting someone who has already left you. Otherwise, why would you retarget them? Okay, so guys, these guys have left you, or they have left your site because they did not find the value. So now you are retargeting or reaching out to them. So it has to be in a very controlled environment. It has to be for a non-salesy kind of pitch. Okay, which is when your brand will have that value, your brand will have the essence, and your retargeting thought process will be a success. Without that, guys, believe me, the best retargeting plan are just useless. Okay, so guys, that was about ABM strategy. We spoke about PR and earned media strategies, and we talked about apna, what do you call that, retargeting. Okay, so guys, whole and whole, this is the crux of it. So guys, tomorrow is our last session for viral marketing strategies and for Jugaad marketing. Okay, so guys, hope you will be there with me tomorrow as well for this last session on strategies. Okay, so guys, we will be connecting next week for a lot of interviews and how to go about with it, and a lot of other things that we already spoke of. So let me just end up right here for now. Have a great day, guys. Have fun. Bye. See ya.